And I'm back again. Listen, Sister Graham had put us on the wrong page, so but not a problem. We just want to credit who to whom credit is due. I'm gonna give you a few moments again to pop back in, and understand we're live for real, for real, for real this time. Again, I you see this, just share it, and hey, Marshall, you found the next spot. That's good. Just share it and hit likes. You know, that's how I get encouraged. Yes, James, Tika, how are you? Holly, give it a couple moments then and we'll move forward. We'll move forward. This is exciting. It's just been a wonderful day. I hope that you had the opportunity to get out. I know that um, it's you know we're in a time now eh, where it's our responsibility to kind of remain in, but um, I think stepping out of the house, and if you like me, um, you kind of need to get out at least for a moment. Uh, hey, it's good to see you, Deacon James, and uh, yeah. So again, hit share. Um, that way, we'll try and maximize the number of people that see this, and and I won't be on it but a moment, and I hope that simply updating you is an important piece for you. Well, let's just move forward. It was we did a recent live um, announcing that this Sunday we will be having a um, repeating last week's service and having a drive-in service. Man, it was major. It was, in fact, um, I think I enjoyed it, and it took me back, and it took, and perhaps many of you, it took back to those times when, man, we could gather anywhere and have church, and that's because if you are the church, you ought to be able to have church, uh, and that was the case last week. I want to give you an update on what we plan to do. As of today, the governor of our state, Governor Ivy, issued a stay-in-place order, and um, and in every case, we want to be sure that we're complying, and so we waited to before we said anything to read it and try and understand what does that mean for the church, and but Hope Community in particular, because we had these plans, and um, we we don't want to violate, and we're working hard not to violate on our end um, the, um, the dictates and the requirements of our state and our officials. But at the same time, I just know how essential it is for the church to speak in situations. Um, I think whatever the church is now, I know the value of having a church calling to God and corporately being able to do that is an important piece of that. And so when I read this order and some of the things that were allowed, I want to read to you what I was able to discover from um, the order as it's written. And it says to attend religious services. A person may leave his or her place of residence to attend an event that is a religious worship service, wedding, or funeral in either of the following circumstance. The event involves fewer than 10 people, and the people maintain a consistent 6-foot distance from one another. Or the event is a drive-in worship service that adheres to the following rules. All participants shall remain in their vehicles for the entirety of the service. The participants in each vehicle all share the same place of residence. The participants do not come within 6 feet of participants in other vehicles. Now, um, now that got me excited all over again, because it simply says that our coming together in a drive-in service doesn't violate the rules, um, and really the heart of what this stay in place order suggests. So we will move forward. Now we have to be uh, be able to communicate to you that our coming out is to be able to gather and worship on these grounds corporately. But we still, I think it's still important that we follow the rules that have been placed before us, that that we remain in our vehicles, that those who are in vehicles, that we don't just be swapping. We see somebody, oh, I'm going to sit in that you all, each vehicle, the occupants should be from the same household, and maintaining that 6 feet rule. We've been doing all we can to honor that, and we'll continue to do that until this is over. And we're certainly praying. Man, we've been praying and we've been believing God that it would end, because I still believe that that it's the church's it's within the church's power that this plague would end. And so we will continue to pray. Everybody has their thing to do. I mean, our city government, God bless, and I'm so thankful for them for doing what they do. But I think the church still has to do what it does, um, and that's call on the name of our God. The Bible says that when Jonah was fleeing the presence of God, that he got into a ship and he went down to the lower part, and a tempestuous wave overtook the ship, and all of the men began to cry out to the gods that they knew, and Jonah was in the bottom of the ship sleeping, and one said, "Rise, O sleeper, and call on your God." In the time that we live, it's important that everybody, O sleeper, get up and call on God, and that's all we're coming together to do. Um, um, and um, I think that this order, this this stay in place order, um, says to us that it's a good thing to do. So there we have it. We look forward to what this Sunday will bring. We're excited to be able. We're calling it a revival, because if nothing else, we want we want people who know God to return to the presence of God, and that will happen by believers coming together and praying. Thank you so much. I pray blessings over you, your family. I pray that that you're being careful, and we we're believing that God will um, end this in His own time. Um, and don't forget that whatever we do, if we do it together, God will He'll honor and bless it, because we're doing it in His name. So thanks again. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, and spread that out, man. Just keep sharing it. Keep telling our fellow believers that God still reigns, and we love you. We look forward to seeing you at 10 a.m. this Sunday, right here on the grounds of Hope Community Church. We're the church where everybody's somebody, no one's a stranger. One hope, and God bless you.